Hello, good morning. It's Wendy again. Today I'm going to keep working on this journal that I started this week or last week. First we made the journal in a previous video, and then in my last video I did the cover. One thing I learned about gluing on this kind of really glossy paper is that this glue didn't work so well because it popped up along the side here. So I'm really glad that I actually took it around the edge like this because that's holding it on. And I had to kind of go under the edge here with some glue stick. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. You know, once you learn, you can take that knowledge and use it. So today I'm going to be, better put this the right way up, I'm going to be decorating the back of the journal. And to do that, I'm following the theme that I've decided on, which is pastels and florals. It's quite a broad theme, and I wanted to do that on purpose because I want it to have a certain look to it. And I think by having a theme that can be consistent throughout, it makes it it makes it a themed journal. So I guess I can't think of any fancier way to say that. So what I did with the other side is measure it first and then add about 1/4 of an inch. So I want to make sure I get that right again. So it's 6 inches this way and about 9 1/4 that way. So I'm going to first start by cutting that. And I'm using this paper. It has this sort of pink streak running north and south, you could say. So that's the direction I want it to go. Now, I said it was 6 inches this way. And I want to cut this end off, so we'll go with the 9 1/2 or 9 1/4 over this way. Doesn't matter which, you know, if I did 9 1/2 or 9 1/4. I think I'll go with 9 1/2 just to be on the safe side, because I tend to forget numbers as soon as I've read them or whatever. And now I'm going to do the folds with my scoring board. So I want, because this is going on this edge, I want it folded here and top and bottom. That looks about right. Okay, so let's just score those. And I'm going to use the little scoring tool that came with this board. I have posted a link below for the board that I have if you're interested. I really kind of deliberated about getting one for quite a while. Actually, I want this to score this way. Not that it matters because you can turn it around anyway, but yeah, I kind of went back and forth on should I get one, should I not get one, and then I went, you know what, I think it would make life easier. And I'm all for making life easier, so I went ahead and got one, and I'm really glad that I did. And I've been happy with this one. Oops, I don't want that 3/8, do I? I think that might make it just a little too tight, but this isn't fitting very well into the corner. Let's just do it here. That should work. So I'm just going to fold these down, these sides down. Like that. We actually had a promise of sunshine today. Looking out the window, I saw a bit of blue sky, but it's heavy overcast now, and it was raining. Now we have to miter the corners, so don't forget that. You just cut the corner off like that, and then they fold in very easily. Just get rid of these little bits. So easy to get kind of buried in bits. paper. And do this way. That looks like a good fit. And top. And okay, I did cut it a bit long, so I need to make this fold a little bit closer in. I wondered about that. Doesn't really matter which corner I do here. Let's just lay this down flat again. This is the one that I was deliberating about. Should it go in a little bit? And the answer is obviously it should. There, we'll try that. Better to measure twice, cut once, or cut big and then have to shave it off. Otherwise, if you cut too small, you have to start over, which, as we all know, is not the end of the world. To this corner a little bit closer into the corner. It's not going to show anyway because I'm going to line the inside. I'll just make sure I've got this going the right direction. There, we got a good fit on that. So this time, instead of using the tacky glue, I'm going to be using a glue stick because, like I said, the other one didn't stick all that well, which is kind of surprising to me. But this is so glossy and shiny. Oh wait, I need to get my parchment paper here. Put it over this whole surface because I don't want glue on everything. Once you start getting glue on your board like this, it's hard to clear off because it'll catch everything. If you've got a sticky surface, you've got a thread or a hair or a little tiny scrap of paper or anything going by will glom onto it. No glom was a word, did you? So I'll just put lots of glue on here. Try and be quick enough so it doesn't dry before I'm done. And then we'll just place it on here, top and bottom. Even though this glue is technically dry glue, it still dampens the paper, oddly enough. Just gotta make sure that it's in the right place because once you stick it on, it wants to stay there. Come on, it needs to come over this way just a little bit more. Just looking at this back edge, I don't want to have to trim it. So if I pull it off and sort of pull it over. Now we've got a great big wrinkle in there, which we'll fix by pulling it off this end. It was not quite straight. Press that down really well and do it from this side as well. My measurements seem to be actually quite off this time. Don't ask me why, but that's okay. I'll just fold that in over there and it'll be fine, but I'm going to just cut the corner a little bit tighter. So now you see what I mean about forgetting numbers. So I measure it and forget the number, then guess at it, and oh well. Oh well, I like to think that my gifts lie elsewhere and not in the number world. If it's something tangible, then it totally makes sense, but just to remember a random number, for some reason my brain doesn't attract them. And I decided not to do anything with this little cellophane piece. I'm just going to cover it up. Because it was the way it was cut, it doesn't look that nice anyway. So I'm just going to fold this over nice and tightly. So this means when I put a panel in the center here, that I can take it out to the edge, but not right to the edge, because then I won't have a raw edge of paper sticking out there. And I like that idea. So let's use this. I found this purple glue stick called a Ross to be the best one that I've tried. I have tried a few different ones, and this one seems to be the best. And you can see where you've glued because it's purple, and then it dries clear, so that's nice. Now that looks great. I'm really happy with that. Little bubble right there. Little bubble, and this is where the window is, so I probably just have to live with that soft spot. Maybe I'll put something in it or cover it up when I'm moving on to the rest. So now we've got a front back, and I haven't done the spine. You can see here where the glue didn't do its job. I wonder what I could do. Oh, I know. Here, I think I'll just stick that down by just taking a little bit of glue here, like this, and just kind of spreading it, if I can, inside that little spot there. Press that down. Oh, come on, help me here. There. I'll just swipe this off. Don't need glue on that either, nor my fingers, which seems to happen anyway. Okay, so what I plan to do for the spine is I've cut a piece of fabric here, and I think I'm going to just put this. This is the salvage edge, so it's got this little ruffly edge. I think I'm just going to put this over the edge of it. But I haven't really decided whether to put a ribbon in to tie it, or if I want to go back and put the rickrack on the front, if I was going to put it here or along there. I just want to think about it a little bit longer, so I'm going to leave that for now. I've got it here, and I'm going to think about it and leave it for now. So for the interior, I'm going to do the interior covers as well, because I've got some ideas for those, and I have also chosen some papers. Now I want it to kind of go with this blue, and this is a watercolored paper, but this is a watercolor paper, and this I did with a scanned watercolor, like these sheets that I watercolored. I scanned them, and then I printed them, and they came out a slightly different color and a little bit more intense, but I think they're really pretty, so I'm going to just I'm quite happy with that. Now for the interior, I really should put stuff away all the time, but I don't. I tend to work and just keep on working. I have got some papers here that I pulled out of just some pads of scrapbook paper that I have, and what I want to do is have it coordinate with this page. So I think this is too intense for that, and I'll probably use it elsewhere. So let's see what we can do here. This one might work. No, that little bird's supposed to be going that way. Okay. That bird can go that way. Or I could do this one. I'm not sure I like that background color, so let's reject that one for the moment. And then I've got this one. Oh, I think that looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, that's a definite maybe. I think that one's a little too busy, even though it might have a lot of stuff covering it up. This one one is not too bad. I think I'm going to go with this one. And I've got some ideas for things that can go on it. So again, I want to measure and make sure that it's inside this measurement. So if I bring it in there, let's do it this way. I want it to start about a ½ inch or about 1/8 of an inch inside the cover. So that means 8.5 inches. Is that right? No, it's not. It's 8 1/4. No, get it right here. Get it right. Moves around. Oh, it's right. It was 8.5. And then this one, I'm actually going to pull up my signature so that I can measure right from there. You know what I'm going to do? Talk about, thinking. I'm going to actually make a note of these measurements. So 8.5 by 5 5/8. 5 5/8. Okay, let's cut this one out. And these ones unfortunately have this dotted line, which isn't even a perforation, so it's a bit pointless. And I think this one is the same up and down. Yeah, it's completely reversible. However, it does have sort of shading around here. Oh well, we'll just have to live with that. Okay. This is the narrow measurement, so 5 5/8 inches. That will put the shading in the top left corner. Now I'm going to just measure that because who knows. You know what they say, measure twice, cut once. Come on. I think we're perfect. I'm delighted. I'm delighted. I'm delighted. I'm a very calm person by nature. So I don't always sound all that excited when I'm excited, but I am excited that that worked first time, because then we can move along more quickly. And when we can move along more quickly, we can have more fun in less time. How's that sound? I wonder what the best way to do this is. I think maybe I'll put the glue on the book side. And then put the paper down. I hear a train coming out there somewhere. I'm fairly close to a railroad track, and the trains come, I think, 24 times a day, my husband said. So I always have to remove that background noise from my videos when I'm editing, because otherwise, see how quickly this loses its color? Now let's see if I can put this in place exactly the first time. I think we've got it here. Oh, there's also a plane roaring around up there today, flying right over the house. I don't know why. Well, that sounds like a helicopter. Gosh. That one is right over the house. What on earth is going on? Maybe there's a search and rescue. That looks nice. I like this. I live in a little town, and you would think that it would be quiet. And most of the time it is, but gosh, not today. Trains, planes, and automobiles all over the place. I thought I would put, I think I'll put a pocket in here. So I need to find, I love these, but I don't think I want to put them sideways. I want to put it so that it's upright. Oh, I like that one better. I like that one better. I have a lot of these things, but I picked out some that kind of go with my theme, just so we could move along at a little bit better clip. So this time I am using this glue because I want it to be open on one side and have a really nice slim line of glue. So I want to do this, and this. So let's see. Let's just get that down. It's so cloudy and overcast today. I hope that there's nobody in trouble out there. It's not like we haven't had enough trouble in the last year. But at least the vaccines are coming along. Right now in my province, the vaccines are being rolled out for people in their 80s. I think they started with the 90s first, and now that they're on to the 80s, because I have a neighbor that she and her husband are in their 80s, early 80s, and I talked to her a week or so ago, and she said that they'd already got their appointments for vaccines, so that's encouraging. Something is happening. It'd be so nice when we can get back to normal. I feel like I want to put something floral along the bottom here, and I'm not going to do a tag. Let's see. I just love this one with the anemones. I had to think about that name for a minute there. I like this one with the roses too, but I think that's kind of too much. So let's see what else we've got. Oh, and there's that kind of thing. Can you see this? No, it's a little bit off the camera. Don't want that. And some of them are vertical, so that cuts them out. These are all vertical. I feel like I want something quite pastel. Oh, too bad that's vertical. That's so pretty. And these ones too, but they're also vertical. There's my phone, which the husband can get. Not seeing anything in this grouping. Unless I go with something like this. This would be different, I guess. Let's see. Let's see if we can find something that would really accent things here. Oh, that one's nice. Yeah, that one's nice. Here comes that train I was talking about. Oh, I like that too. This is French and so is that, but my printer wasn't working very well. I think when I did that one, it's a bit streaky. Let's see. This one's nice. Oh, look at this. I think that's kind of too busy. It needs something underneath it to break it up or something. Yeah, I like it though. And you know what? The thing is, just go with what you like. There are design elements and design kind of rules, but you don't really have to follow them. That's the wonderful thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is just distress it. And you know what? This is getting in my way, bouncing up like that. So I'm going to put it down like that. So I'm using this distress oxide, and we'll just some of those freight trains are so noisy, and especially if there's a wind, it sounds like they're coming right through the house, and they're actually a couple of blocks away. But one of the main lines across Canada just goes right through my little town here. And what can you do? We love living in this little town. It's wonderful. Yeah, I do like that in the corner, but I still feel like it needs a little something behind it that isn't as patterned. So let's see what we can find here. I think everything here is pretty heavy with pattern, so what is that? However, so let's take a look here. Here's just, that's the back of a card. That might work if I ruffle it and distress it a little bit. I think that's what I'll do. Look at this. I'm going to use one of these scissors. I have all these scissors left over from my scrapbooking days. Just going to make these, do this sort of a zigzag. Looks like pinking shears. Those little bits get in the way when you're trying to cut here. There we are, nice and straight. Well, like I said before, I'm getting used to my camera and I'm not always looking at it. I'm just talking away. And sometimes it just stops recording. So, I don't know. I'm still getting used to it, like I said. I'll have to look up more. It's like, look up, look way up. Okay. Now, I want to have a card to put into this. No, that's not the one. Something that will go in here. That's really nice. I think that's really nice. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Although it is a bit flimsy. Maybe I'll put something on the back of it. That's a good idea. But what? Something that you can write on. Like maybe this. I think that's going to work. So let's just, I think I'll just cut around this. Just measure it first. It has very handy lines to cut on already, so all I have to do is mark where to make the cuts. Is that right on the corner? Come on, help me out here. Right, there's that one, and there's this one over here. Alright, I'm dutifully looking up now, because this happened last time too, that the camera just stopped filming, and then I was like, oh no, how much did I lose? But evidently, well, it turned out it was only 10 seconds, and I hope that was the case here as well, because I really don't want to have to start over again, and I don't want this to be an ongoing problem either. Okay, there's that. That over there. Move this. Try and get the lid off this glue again. Alright, let's see. Let's get a goodly amount on here. So this will be a journaling card because of the graph lines on it. It will make it easier to write on. You know, you can tell me what you think, but once I asked my customers if they would prefer a journal with lines or without, and the vast majority said with lines, because I guess most people find it easier to write that way, and I get that, because I think I do too. Sometimes I like to have it without lines so that I can sort of freehand things and make jots and notes and whatnot like that. Okay, peel this. Oh, look at that. Where did that come from? No real harm done. There, that makes it a little bit firmer. It's still quite light because both papers are quite light, but I think it's really nice. So this card will go into the pocket here on the front cover. Right like that. And I think that's really pretty. All right. Now then, I think for this page, I'm going to, I might just leave it as a journaling page, but I feel like I want to have some kind of little message up here. So let's see what we've got in that regard. Don't know if I want something with pictures or one of the things I want to do. Oh, this is nice. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to stamp it. I want to stamp it, and then I'll probably use one of these. But I got some new stamps, and I am excited about them. So let me just grab something here. I got this brown stamp pad. I got this stamp, which I think is very cool. And it's all one piece, which makes it kind of interesting. But I think, let me see, if I'm going to do it along the top, I think that's what I'll do, just do it along the top. So I'll put something under it, because I tend to go off. What do they say? Lose the plot or go off script or something for movie types. Okay. Just gonna put some brown along here. Maybe down this side just a tad. I think that'll be nice. And then before it dries, I want to, let me see, I want to make this nice and flat. So this is a little bit awkward. But can I do it? Well, it's not a huge success, I have to say. Let's put this back here so that I can tuck it in by the corner. And I think it moved. Oh, rats, it moved. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay. Live and learn is becoming my new motto. It's L-A-L, live and learn. But you know what? I'm not loving that, so I think I maybe cover it up with something after all. So let me just get, let me see. There's some, I think we'll put either this guy or this guy, or going back to the binder, which I had a little postcard. I think that's where it was. Yes, this little postcard. I like the writing. So I think that works. And the train, no, it doesn't fit with the theme. That doesn't fit. Not a fit. Or we could just do flowers. No, too many flowers on the page. Okay, it's going to be this. And I'm going to use this glue again. I'm not putting it on my parchment paper because the glue there hasn't dried, as I found out, unfortunately. Okay, let's just pop this down here. And I'm going to leave the rest for a journal page. So here's our accomplishments for the day. This was last week, last video, and I've done the back. Now I am going to put stuff on the back. I have some things. You know, that's really pretty, isn't it? In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. Turn my parchment paper inside out, fold it all on a different line. But I do want the edge to be a little bit different, so let's see what we've got in here for scissors. And you've got to get this stuff out of the way, otherwise the scissors get kind of caught up in it and then you can't move them. So they're fun and interesting, but it's not quite as simple as plain scissors. But hey, who cares? The idea here is to have fun after all. When you're not having fun, it's time to either take a break, take a vacation, or do something different. That's one of my philosophies. I've been in business for a really long time, and I found when I start getting to the point where I just kind of don't care about anything, it's time for a vacation. And I'm certainly not there right now, but I sure would love a vacation, and I think I'm not the only one. This one didn't come out quite even. That's okay. Alright, do I want that to be a pocket? I think it would catch on things, so we're not going to do that. I'm just going to do the edges. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this journal when I'm finished. I think I will probably put it for sale in my store at Summer Bay Studio. And let's first see how it's going to turn out. Now, do I want that in the middle? I think so, more or less in the middle. I'm not sure if I'll put other things on it. You know what? I'm going to move it over a little bit, because if I put that fabric on there, it's going to be coming across it, and I don't want that. It's my painter's rag to mop up my gluey fingers. Just make sure this is good and well pressed down. And that's pretty. That is really pretty. So there's our project for today. If you're following along, these are just some ideas that you can use. I would advise you to not do what I did here with the stamp. I wish I had just laid it down and pressed it. However, and it actually went over here as well, but you know what? I'm not going to get too worked up about that because it doesn't really matter. So there's our project for today. I hope you like it. I hope you follow along. I hope you create one for yourself. And be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment, because that would be really nice. And I'll see you next time.